see how our world is fragmented and dependent. Fragmented because information is spread across of so many medias now. And earlier it was okay, just one or a few books, maybe magazines, newspapers, library. And now it is a huge amount of media sources, maybe media types. Speaking about so many courses, platforms, and personal sites, everyone shares information. But still, they take those information from some resources, maybe even from the same, like from the books, which are written maybe 100 years ago or decades ago. And the human mind, it's hard for human mind to absorb those information when you scroll the Instagram, for example, and you see some fragment of information without often relation to the bigger picture. And that's one point, how our knowledge and understanding of how to apply those knowledge is fragmented. How to apply, so there is no holistic view. For example, we learned one thing about, well, you need to use wages. What ways, why ways, at what time, what amount, what kind of, and how it impacts your body, your mind. That often stays behind the scenes. And another opposite, well, you maybe got some program, you go by those schedule, but still you may too dependent on those resources. You need some push for you to say, okay, at this time do this, at that time do this. It's still dependent on the media. So there is other opposite of this spectrum when you as a human absorb information, understand the principle, and then those actions, maybe at first stage it will come from some external media to push it forward, but then it should come from within you, within your own brain. And still it's too hard for many people to go to that state when you're able to get that information from your own head, but in the well-structured, to the holistic view. So it is kind of when you get a lot of mood and then you start to filter it, and you see, and from those mood you can find some gold. That's how our knowledge, I mean not our, but external knowledge is fed into our brains, and it's our human capability and uniqueness to be able to filter out those information, distill it in such a way that at the end it becomes your wisdom, and wisdom will drive your daily behavior. Daily behavior will trigger your new results, and new results may result in even some new records which you will make and you would like to share with others. And this closed loop of this nice open society, open world where we get knowledge, we share knowledge, we get benefit of those knowledge, and the only gap is which has to be filled is to not just rely on knowledge, because again it is fragmented, but understand the principles, to see the holistic view and turn those knowledge into wisdom and apply it. Well, there are even more progress in AI and artificial intelligence, where those who work in those fields know how we train those computer models. Like we feed the data into the system, and the system analyzes those data, and based on analysis, gives the prompts which again human can make. The system will give us answers. Why not apply? Why not understand some principles behind how human brain works to do the same? So we feed information in our brain, right? And we know some principle how to, first of all, distinguish which is good information, which is not, and how to find those patterns, and ourselves do those prompts and in right moment put the right combination. I'll give you one example. Well, there are certain programs for workouts, like I don't call those names, big names now in the US especially, and you're too dependent on that app. And that app, well, it gives you reminders. It even may give you some instructional videos even from good instructors, but they just say, okay, do this, do push-ups, do sit-ups. First, it misses some precision. So if you not turn correctly your narrow connection between your brain and some parts of body, you may harm you, because if you do, for example, sit-ups without turning on your core first, you just watch those instructor and you repeat that and without understanding. So it's again, you're dependent on some external resources. It doesn't go from within you. From other side, if you first learn some basics, okay, you know how to connect to your core. Maybe okay, there is a separate course which teaches that. I was participating in that, but well, you know how to connect to your anchor points, and it's like narrow connection, so you align your body and only then do those sit-ups or whatever exercise, and then it will be more benefit and less harm. And from other side, it's often boring, like okay, if you do this for months, it's those up exercises, you do that month for months, maybe not what you need exactly this day, maybe you feel differently this day and you need to do it in different tempo, you need to choose different combination of exercise, and this up pushes you something. I have nothing against up. Well, often it's helpful, especially when you can do not do anything at all. It's better if someone pushes you towards some movement, some activity. But when you are on next level of understanding, next level of human being, then you can do more, and I mean more not in the quantity but in quality. So for example, with less effort, with not 1 hour but within 10-15 minutes, you may achieve better results if you from your mind understand. You have your database in your brain, and our brain is much more powerful than all those AI. We just need to train our brain, and we need to put correct information inside our brain, and then in the right moment it will pop up when we know the techniques. So how to achieve that for mind? Maybe we'll need some additional supporting media for that, but not kind of mass media, but something which replicates narrow structure of brain cells, like something like mind maps, or in form of model, like when you try to build something complex like building the construction or those spaceship. First they have some blueprints and models, even simulating those models until it shapes into the physical body. The same for human brain. It may not be yet ready to process or to form those gold from the mood, until it's ready, until it sees the structure of information, it shapes it, it sees those patterns. So when it's structured, then there is focal point when brain see, that's it, I know what to get from this information at this moment. So these are ideas, just thinking aloud. I got one quote in today's class I shared that really precisely express what I was talking about all this 10-15 minutes. And it's a good example, like just short word express in quite a good form what one can be talking for a while. And those blocks that may form it a fortune for you. That's it for today. Stay tuned.